So, the highly anticipated Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight just went down at the AT&T Arena in Arlington, Texas. And let me just say, it was nothing short of an absolute roller coaster from start to finish. The energy in the arena was electric. Fans couldn't believe they were actually about to witness YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul go head-to-head with one of the most feared men in boxing history. The hype was real, and hear me out. This fight lived up to all of it. Jake Paul walked into the ring oozing confidence, strutting like he was ready to take on the world. But on the other side, Mike Tyson, the calm, composed, and legendary champion. Tyson didn't need to say much. His presence alone was enough to send chills down your spine. That cold stare, that iron composure, classic Tyson. While Jake was trying to hype up the crowd, Tyson was pure focus. He knew this wasn't just another fight. This was about protecting his legacy. And from the very first punch, you could tell this was going to be a fight for the ages. Round one kicked off, and immediately you could tell that Jake was not just there to survive. He came out with a solid game plan, sticking behind his jab, moving well, and showing surprising confidence. Most people expected Jake to get overwhelmed by Tyson's presence alone, but he stayed composed. He wasn't diving into wild shots like we've seen him do before. Instead, he kept his distance, using his footwork and reach to keep Tyson at bay. A smart move against someone like Tyson, who's all about closing the distance and ripping you apart on the inside. Mike, on the other hand, was doing what he always does, slowly stalking his prey. He didn't rush in, because he knew that Jake's best chance was to catch him with something big early. Tyson's head movement was as sharp as ever, ducking under Jake's jabs and inching closer with every step. But here's where Jake surprised everyone: his defense. He wasn't just swinging for the fences. He was actually showing some solid defensive skills, slipping punches and moving out of range when Tyson got too close. It was a strategic, cautious first round from both fighters, but you could feel the tension building. Round two is where things started heating up. Jake was still trying to keep Tyson at a distance with those long jabs, but Tyson wasn't having it anymore. He started turning up the pressure, closing the distance faster, and throwing those signature body shots. And if you know Tyson, you know that his body shots are designed to break you down piece by piece. He landed a couple of brutal hooks to Jake's ribs that you could feel through the screen. Jake felt those punches for sure, but credit to him, he didn't panic. He stayed calm, kept his guard up, and tried to move laterally to avoid getting pinned against the ropes. And this is where Jake's conditioning showed. A lot of people thought he'd gas out early from the pressure, but he was handling it better than expected. He even landed a couple of solid counter shots when Tyson overcommitted on a few of his hooks. The crowd was starting to wonder, could Jake Paul really hang with Mike Tyson? The tension in the arena was off the charts. In round three, Jake Paul showed that he wasn't just there to survive, he was actually fighting to win. Early in the round, Jake landed a clean right hand that momentarily stopped Tyson in his tracks. And let me tell you, that was a huge moment. For a split second, you could hear the gasps from the crowd. Jake Paul just rocked Mike Tyson. But here's the thing with Tyson. Getting hit only seems to make him more dangerous. After that punch, Tyson did what Tyson always does. He smiled, nodded, and came forward even harder. The man's a machine. He started cutting off the ring more effectively, trapping Jake in the corners and unloading with combinations. But Jake's defense was solid. He was rolling with the punches, keeping his guard up, and even managing to slip some of Tyson's more dangerous shots. We were all thinking, could Jake actually make it the distance with Tyson? By the end of round three, though, it was clear that Jake was starting to feel the heat. Tyson's relentless pressure was starting to wear him down. He was clinching more, trying to slow the pace, and while he was still in the fight, you could see the cracks starting to show. The question was, how much longer could Jake hold up under this kind of pressure? Then came round four. And this is where everything changed. Jake started the round cautiously, staying on the back foot and trying to avoid getting caught in a firefight with Tyson. But Tyson wasn't giving him any room to breathe. He started cutting off the ring like a true veteran, cornering Jake and unloading with vicious hooks to the body and head. Jake was still hanging tough, but you could tell his gas tank was running low. Then it happened. Tyson slipped one of Jake's jabs, stepped in with a brutal right hook, and boom! It connected clean on Jake's jaw. The entire arena went silent for a split second. Jake's legs wobbled, and before he could recover, Tyson followed up with a vicious left uppercut. It was lights out. Jake collapsed to the canvas, and the ref didn't even bother with a full count. It was over. The KO was absolutely brutal. Tyson showed that even at his age, his power is nothing to mess with. Jake Paul, he gave it his all, but in the end, he was no match for the living legend that is Mike Tyson. It was a statement win for Tyson and a reminder to the entire world that even though he's not in his prime anymore, you can never count him out. And credit to Jake, too. He might have gotten KO'd, but he showed heart, he showed grit, and he showed that he belongs in the ring. But against a beast like Tyson, it was only a matter of time before the KO came. Tyson ended the fight with a bang, and the boxing world was left in awe. After the fight, both fighters were full of respect for each other. Jake admitted that Tyson's power was on another level, and Tyson gave props to Jake for stepping up to the challenge. But make no mistake, this was Mike Tyson's night. The legend walked out with his hand raised, and the fight world was buzzing. What a night for boxing. But while Jake didn't have much to say about his humiliating loss, the internet exploded after Mike Tyson's knockout. I mean, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, it was pure chaos. The reactions from fans were absolutely wild. People couldn't believe what they just saw. One fan tweeted, "Mike just sent Jake Paul back to YouTube where he belongs. Iron Mike for life." And that tweet, yeah, it went viral in seconds. The knockout had everybody shook. We're talking thousands of retweets, likes, and comments flooding in. The hashtag #DaciasJakeKO was trending worldwide for hours after the fight. If you scrolled through Twitter, it was nothing but memes, hot takes, and reactions from fans who were either mind-blown or absolutely roasting Jake. One of the best comments, "Bro, Jake looked like he got hit by a truck. Mike still got it? The cow of the century?" People were going in on Jake, and to be fair, getting knocked out by Mike Tyson? That's nothing to be ashamed of, but Twitter had no chill. Another fan posted, "Jake had me convinced for a minute, but Mike said, nah, I'm built different." The memes were on another level too. People were out here editing clips of Jake falling with KO graphics from video games. Others were adding that classic wasted effect from GTA. Honestly, the internet was having too much fun with it. Even celebs jumped in. Snoop Dogg tweeted, "I told y'all, Mike don't play around. Respect to Jake, but he learned today. Legendary Mike." Meanwhile, TikTok was another story. Everyone was recreating the knockout in those hilarious POV-style videos. You had creators pretending to be Jake, doing exaggerated falls and adding slow-mo sound effects. Honestly, TikTok was on fire with the Tyson KO trend. The reactions were all over the place. People paying respect to the legend that is Mike Tyson. Others clowning Jake like he was never going to live this down. But the consensus was clear. Mike Tyson showed the world that he still has that knockout power, even in his 50s. And let's talk about the Instagram comments too. Celebs, athletes, and influencers were flooding Tyson's feed with praise. One of the top comments came from NBA star LeBron James, who wrote, "I don't care how old he is, Tyson will forever be the baddest man on the planet." Another big name, UFC champ Israel Adesanya, simply posted, "GOAT status, period. Respect the legend." And you know, when you've got guys like LeBron and Izzy showing love, it means something. Fans across the world were on the same page. Tyson isn't just a legend of the past. He's still a force to be reckoned with, even today. So yeah, the fan reactions to Mike's knockout were insane. Whether it was memes, praise, or flat-out roasting Jake, social media had no chill. Tyson's KO sent shockwaves across the internet, and it's clear this fight isn't something we're going to forget anytime soon. Well, there you have it, Fight World. That's all I have for you today. What was your reaction to the knockout? Did you see it coming, or were you just as shocked as everyone else? Drop a comment and let us know. Make sure you subscribe to Boxing World, and I'll see you next time.